Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the Ciforus assessment guide to see exactly why this project represents a massive paradigm shift for crypto investors. Look, if you've been evaluating the space lately, you already know the market is completely flooded with empty promises and, frankly, hype-driven tokens. But today, we're going to look at an asset that demands a totally different evaluation framework. We are breaking down why the Ciforus ecosystem prioritizes actual deployed utility over speculative narratives.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the product-first paradigm, take a look inside the platform itself, break down the token economy, examine trust and transparency, and then wrap up with the pre-sale opportunity.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the product-first paradigm.
To really understand Ciforus, we literally have to throw out the usual playbook for early-stage projects. Their assessment guide sets this firm, non-negotiable rule. Ciforus should not be assessed as a token looking for a future use case. You know the drill. A token gets minted on a whim, and then 6 months later the devs are frantically trying to invent a reason for it to exist. Well, not here. This has to be assessed as a product-first privacy ecosystem. The application itself gives the entire ecosystem a concrete reason to exist.
It's a stark contrast. Typical pre-sales rely on pure hype, hoping to build utility somewhere down the road. Ciforus completely flips the script. They saw a massive, undeniable need for crypto-native privacy, built a real application ecosystem first, and then deployed the token strictly as the economic layer to power it. For savvy evaluators, this shifts the whole assessment frame from mere speculation to structural utility.
Moving right along to Section 2, inside the Ciforus platform. Because a product-first token is only as strong as the platform it powers, let's look at the actual architecture. Ciforus combines communication, storage, identity, and payments into one incredibly tight, integrated system. We're talking premium private email, a secure digital workspace for encrypted notes and file storage, and wallet-to-wallet messaging that completely removes the need to expose your identity. They've even woven in pay links for direct crypto settlement. Usually, a crypto-native user has exposure points scattered across the dozen different vulnerable apps. Bringing all of this under one unified privacy-first roof is a real game changer.
Now, what's fascinating here is how they handle the actual data. They prioritize true zero-knowledge privacy over convenient but ultimately vulnerable features like full-text server searches. You might expect server-side search to be a standard feature, right? But Ciforus intentionally avoids broad server-side indexing of your private messages and files. Why? Because true privacy absolutely requires zero-knowledge principles. They are willingly trading away a minor convenience to guarantee your data is fundamentally unreadable to the platform itself. That's not a missing feature. That is a highly calculated privacy-maximizing design.
Okay, Section 3, the CFUS token economy. Now that we've got a handle on the platform, let's talk about the financial engine running it. As investors, we love a hard cap. Ciforus locks in a fixed total supply of exactly 100 million tokens, period. There is absolutely zero future minting possible, and it's already fully deployed on the Ethereum mainnet. No inflation, no surprise mints down the road to dilute your bag. This mathematically guaranteed scarcity is the absolute bedrock of their token economy. And the allocation is perfectly structured for sustainable growth. 35% secures the pre-sale, giving early adopters a solid entry. Then you've got 20% driving ecosystem rewards, another 20% funding treasury operations for long-term development, 15% aligning the team with a strict vesting schedule, and a vital 10% carved out specifically for DEX liquidity provision. It is a textbook model for a healthy ecosystem.
So what does the token actually do? It's got massive built-in utility driving real demand. We're talking subscription discounts, staking access tiers, and crypto-native payment links. Remember, the utility is already mapped out. Users are going to need the token to unlock premium tier upgrades, get those discounts, and navigate staking-based access. It's the absolute lifeblood of the Ciforus economy.
But here is the absolute kicker. Real platform activity creates structural supply pressure by routing eligible usage into a 40% burn, meaning the ecosystem is deflationary by design. While other projects do these arbitrary, hype-driven promotional burns, Ciforus links deflation directly to platform adoption. Every time eligible tokens are used, 40% are permanently burned out of that fixed supply. Another 40% goes to the treasury, and 20% supports liquidity. So as adoption grows, supply pressure naturally intensifies. It's brilliant.
Which brings us to Section 4, Trust, Security, and Transparency.
As savvy evaluators, we have to look at institutional diligence head-on. Now, some people might initially see a non-public team as a red flag. But wait, think about it for a second. For a privacy-native platform that is intentionally built to reduce identity leakage, this philosophical alignment makes perfect, logical sense. If a team is building a fortress of zero-knowledge principles to protect users, a privacy-aligned public posture isn't a contradiction at all. It's totally consistent with their core ethos. And honestly, we don't need to know a developer's name, because they provided something much better: objective, verifiable data.
Any perceived execution risk is heavily mitigated by this massive wall of on-chain proof and fully public audited infrastructure. They aren't hiding. They laid all the cards right on the table. You can literally go read the comprehensive public LexGuard audit report yourself. You can jump on Etherscan right now and verify the contract code for the deployed mainnet token. Detailed white paper, transparent roadmap, clear tokenomics, these are the exact objective trust signals sophisticated investors demand. The code speaks for itself.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, the pre-sale opportunity.
Let's map out exactly how you can position yourself here. The 35 million pre-sale tokens are broken down across 3 highly structured stages, proving that early participants secure a mathematically superior entry. We're starting at just 2.5 cents in the seed round, stepping up to 3.5 cents in growth, and capping out at 5 cents in the final round. This stage logic gives early evaluators a massive, distinct advantage before the broader public launch.
And check this out. The total maximum raise across all 3 rounds is an incredibly lean $1.325 million. This positions the project perfectly for an implied fully diluted valuation of just $5 million at the final stage. In a market where projects routinely raise tens of millions off nothing but a fancy PDF, Ciforus is raising a highly disciplined $1.325 million for an already architected product. That leaves tremendous room for potential ecosystem growth once things go public.
And they are already executing on this timeline. They're moving past the foundational builds directly into the Q2 2026 public launch and pre-sale activation. This isn't just a roadmap of distant, wishful thinking, it's an active execution schedule. The foundation is laid, the architecture is planned, and the token is deployed. The immediate horizon is activating that pre-sale, leading straight into growth and broader ecosystem scaling by 2027.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. In a market that is just saturated with empty hype, Ciforus is offering something incredibly rare: a fully audited, product-first ecosystem with hard-coded deflationary mechanics. The real question isn't whether privacy is the future of crypto, it's whether you're going to be positioned for it before the rest of the market catches on. So, are you ready to explore the platform?